Hey, welcome back to the Later Creator Podcast, except technically, if this is the first episode, you've never been here before, so welcome to the show for the first time. Either way, I appreciate you being here. My name is Adam, and I'm a monetized creator who found his voice in his late 30s, and the goal of this show is to help other folks like you do the same thing that I did. So when I tell people what I do, the majority of them ask the exact same question, which is it too late to start creating? No. It's not. End of episode. But seriously, this is a huge mental roadblock for so many people, especially if you're a millennial like I am, working full-time, maybe balancing a family, a mortgage, a body that doesn't bounce back like you remember it doing. Anyway, look, I get it. Life is happening, but I'm here to tell you that not only can you start creating right now, but you actually have an advantage over all of the younger folks out there pumping out TikToks from their parents' houses. So this week we're diving into why now is the absolute best time to start and why waiting until this moment is actually an advantage and not a hindrance, how getting into content creation can unlock new opportunities without turning your life upside down, the biggest mental roadblocks that keep people from starting and how to get past them. And I'm also going to throw in a little tough love because some of y'all need to hear it. Okay, let's get into it. Why is now the perfect time for you to start creating stuff? So let's tackle the first big myth, which is I missed the boat. You know that feeling when you discover a band and you're like, oh man, these guys are awesome, only to find out that they've been around for like a decade and now you feel late to the party? Content creation can definitely feel like that. Like you should have started years ago and now it's too late. Except it isn't. And here is why starting later actually works in your favor. A, you have life experience that people want to hear about. Look, when you're 22, you might have thought that you knew everything, but now you actually do know some stuff. You've built skills, you've worked jobs, you've succeeded, you've failed, you've learned how to deal with difficult people, you figured out what not to do, and that is the good stuff. That is the stuff that people are going to want to come to you for. Do you think people actually want a 19-year-old's business advice? No. In fact, there's an entire lane of content making fun of these kind of guru videos. I can't wait till people start making fun of this stuff. People are hungry for real experience, real stories, and perspectives that only come from actually doing the thing you claim to know so much about. So if you've been working in an industry for 10, 15, 20 years, guess what? You have so much to share that younger creators just don't. And people respect that. Next one up, you already have a network even if you don't think you do. When you start young, you're screaming into the void. You have no connections, no credibility, and no idea what you're doing. But you've met people, you've worked with people, you've built relationships, you have coworkers, colleagues, mentors, and industry peers that intrinsically trust you. That means when you start posting, talking, or sharing what you know, you're not starting from scratch, and that is a huge advantage. Next up, the internet doesn't care when you start, it just cares that you show up. Your ability to build a following is only contingent on a few things. The biggest one, though, is that you put stuff out and then keep putting stuff out. When I stumble onto a podcast or a YouTube channel that really interests me, the first thing I do is look at how many other things that they've made. I'm super ADD if you couldn't tell already. So when I find a thing that I like, I go into this like hyper-focus mode and immediately just want to binge everything that creators put out. But if there's only a few episodes or posts, I'm just immediately over it and I just move on to something else. The internet rewards people who consistently show up. So instead of worrying about when you start, focus on just starting. Okay, next up, how can content creation open doors without totally upending your life? Let's be real, not everybody wants to be a creator in the full-time quit your job and move to LA kind of way, and that is totally fine. But content creation isn't just about becoming a social media celebrity or an influencer. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's more about creating leverage in your life and your career. Want more career opportunities? Start sharing what you know. So let's say you work in marketing or finance or healthcare or real estate. Whatever your field, there are people right now looking for advice, insights, or real world experiences from someone who's actually done the work. I've seen people in my circles get speaking gigs, job offers, consulting opportunities, and promotions just because they started sharing their knowledge online. People trust people who share valuable insights. It's that simple. And being online just spreads your ability to do that to a much larger audience. If you want to expand your network, start posting. The more you put your thoughts, ideas, and experiences out there, the more you attract like-minded people. I can't tell you how many times I've posted something and suddenly someone I've never met before reaches out with an opportunity or just to connect. So many opportunities have come my way just because I put myself out there. And this isn't just for LinkedIn nerds. It works for creatives, business owners, and literally anyone who really wants to build relationships. Want to scratch a creative itch? Make stuff for yourself first. Not everything has to be about career growth. Maybe you just want to make cool stuff, express yourself, or finally start that project you've been talking about for years. This podcast is absolutely one of those. And deciding that something needs to exist is enough of a reason. And the best part, you can do it without flipping your entire life upside down. Start small. A post here, a blog there, a video once a month. You do not need to overhaul your life to start making things. And if you're a practical person, maybe bank a few things up so you can start on some kind of rhythm. Nothing crazy, just know that the consistent act of showing up for things is how you build momentum and get to where you want to go. Consistent is the word that you want to focus on here. All right, now what's stopping you and how can you push past it? Let's talk about the real reason most people don't start. Excuses. I don't have time. Yes, you do. You had time to scroll TikTok for an hour. You had time to argue with a stranger in a Reddit comment section. You have time. It's just about choosing to use it differently. I'm not good at this. Yeah, no one is when they start. Do you think I was good at this the first time I spoke into a mic? I'll post a link to my first podcast in the show notes. I don't even sound like this. The only way you get better at something is by doing it. What if people judge me? Hot take, they won't. Hotter take, they might. But I've never gotten trolled by somebody more successful than I was. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves, and the ones that do judge, they're not your people. You don't need to appeal to everyone to do this. In fact, the more specific of a topic or angle you can provide, the more likely you'll find a rabid group of people desperate to keep up with you. I can speak for that firsthand. At the end of the day, the only way to get past the fear is just to start. You don't need to plan for world domination. You just need to do the first thing. All right, let's wrap this up. Here's the main takeaways. You are not late. The best time to start was 10 years ago, and the second best time is right now. So whether it's writing, making videos, starting a podcast, or just posting literally anything online, just start. And if you're still on the fence, consider this your sign. If this episode lit a fire under you, let me know. I want to hear what you're working on. And if you're still hesitating, well, we'll be having this conversation again soon. Now hit subscribe, follow, or whatever button that's available to you on the thing that you're consuming this on, and I'll catch you on the next one.